Hey guys, Brandon here with Exotic Cars 19 with a very exciting video. It's another point of view drive video here with a very special car. Just like with the last Porsche video I made with the Panamera, big thanks to my friend Arron for hooking me up with this opportunity. For any sales help at all regarding Porsche or anything else, please do feel free to contact Arron. I'll put his email in the description as well as comment section. Feel free to let him know that you're interested in this car or anything else within the inventory. But without any further ado, this is a 2016 Porsche 911 GTS for Targa. Obviously quite a special car. I'll just do a quick walk around on the exterior, and then really this is all about driving, as any Porsche 911 is, so that's all I really want to do with this thing. But we'll just do the mundane walk around. I got some B-roll as well earlier that I'll throw into this video, but anyway, without any further ado, let's go ahead and give it a go here. As with all Porsches, the key slot is on the left side, back to some Le Mans history, to where when drivers are racing towards their cars on foot, it's a little bit easier to start it up on the left side. Let's go ahead and put the sport exhaust on. And I say we go ahead and start like this, and then when I turn it around, we'll take the roof off, as this is a Targa. But let's go ahead and start it in the normal modes like this, in automatic, and see some impressions real quick. Right off the bat, I just want to say, with all Porsche 911s I've ever driven, there's one thing that's so similar with all of them, and that's just overall the dimensions. I remember one time years ago I was watching a Top Gear episode with the Ariel Atom, and Jeremy Clarkson said something that kind of stuck with me. He said, whenever someone, or like a manufacturer's in doubt on what a car should feel like, they should just drive the Ariel Atom. And I thought that was kind of funny, just because I guess he was that impressed with it. And that's kind of the case with the Porsche 911 as far as its dimensions. Whenever some cars kind of feel tall, big, wide, whatever the case may be, the 911 has always been in its era, because obviously they got bigger throughout the years. The Porsche 911, in my opinion, has always been like the standard in the industry as far as a sports car's dimensions. And it doesn't matter whether you get a GTS or a GT2 RS, overall the dimensions just kind of stayed Porsche 911. I've always thought that was really desirable, and that's the first thing I notice when I get in this thing, is it just feels so familiar. I've driven the GT3s and other GTSs, or even the more mundane series of the Porsche 911 series, and they all just feel very similar as far as their, you know, visibility and all that. This one is improved in visibility slightly because it has that ginormous one-piece rear glass as part of the Targa series, which is super, super pretty. I just love the tact displays here on the 911s as well. Right now it displays that we're in 5th gear, and all the shifts have been just super smooth. I was in 5th gear when I started pointing that out there. Now we're in 1st. I didn't feel a single downshift. I didn't feel a single upshift. So that's one thing you will get with the GTS over a GT3 or GT3 RS series of cars. The shifts are a bit smoother on these here. Tell you what though, go ahead and knock this over one. I'm not even in sport mode yet, but I will go ahead and mess with the paddle shifters. You know what, on second thought, let's throw it in sport mode, since we got no one in front of us here, and the manual transmission. Such a great distinctive pitch the Porsche 911s make. Really nice large paddle shifters here connected to the steering wheel too, so just shifts are just so pleasant with this thing. Downshifts, blips, nice and quick. Let's go ahead and roll the windows down here for the underpass. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to pick up that sound difference, but as soon as you put the windows down, you get rid of just some of the sound deadening that you would get obviously from blocking it with the glass. Man, and it sounds really good. There's even some burbling, some popping, just a really visceral flat six, as all Porsche 911s have been known to have. Let's go ahead and throw it in park here and take the roof off, see if we could even exaggerate that sound even more. You can see all that glass moving behind me as well. Windows come up to tell me it's all done, but I think we'll leave those down just to get the full experience. People could look at me with the GoPro on my head, that's fine. Alrighty, by the way, totally forgot to mention, check out these seat belts too. The red outlining to match the exterior with the black looks super, super nice. Anyway, back on subject here. Let's go ahead and get to driving. Let's try Sport Plus. And I'll kind of go ahead and pick and choose what I like here. I'm going to keep the suspension soft, because even the softest suspension setting is still really, really nice and informative. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and do Sport Plus, do that, and knock it over to manual. With the windows up, it kind of gets rid of some of the wind noise. Hopefully we just have pure exhaust. right, well there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down here, maybe do another external walk around. But man, what a cool car. So that was actually my first impressions. I have not driven this, you know, prior to the camera rolling. So that was my first impressions with it. And, you know, from my experience, rather limited experience with the Porsche 911 lineup, I've really kind of been spoiled to only really experience GT3s and GT3 RSs, and then a couple of the baseline ones. Though with that said, as far as how this one here compares, what a sweet, sweet hybrid between them all, in my honest opinion. It's just got the sportiness to it. It's not as scalpel precise as a GT3 series or GT3 RS. But it's definitely got a lot more character than your traditional baseline car, as it should, you know, with it being the Targa. I think it kind of dates back to some of their air-cooled series, and those were all drivers' cars. I don't think there's a single Porsche 911 that's not a driver's car, but, you know, as this one goes, sweet hybrid. I think there's also a 6-speed manual option as well, possibly a 7. I have to double check, but there's a manual option if you want even more character out of it. But this PDK is certainly nice. As the whole car, like I've already said, it's not as scalpel precise. That's including the PDK. The PDK on a GT3 or a GT3 RS product is just going to be a lot more, you know, brutish in a way, just a lot sharper shifts, a little bit more kick in the back, whereas this one's kind of made to be refined if you want it to shift itself. So kind of a fine line. I think buyers in this category will kind of know what they want, but at least we could all get enjoyment out of it on hopefully videos like this. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day.